Hey, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story is a pretty funny one in my opinion. So I hope you guys like this. It'd be sick if we get 10,000 likes on this video. And I'm gonna jump right into it because it's just one of those story times, man. So this story takes place when I was in ninth grade in high school, and it started as a normal day for me. Just went to school, just like how every other normal school story time starts, right? And got breakfast because I didn't eat breakfast. I never had time to eat breakfast at home. Sat at the table with my friends, missed the first 15 minutes of class, and then went to class late. She got mad at me, the teacher, and skip into about halfway through the day, and this is just where shit picks up, okay? So I had to go to the bathroom, and I fucking hate using public bathrooms at any place, whether it's a restaurant, school, school bathrooms especially, because, kids don't give a fuck, man. Like, I swear, one time I went to the bathroom at school, and there was literally shit on the ceiling. Like, how do you shit on the ceiling? Like, how does that even physically work? Like, is that even possible to do that? I don't know. But either way, I hated using public bathrooms. So when I was at school, sometimes I would sneak over to the teacher's bathroom and use that. Because teachers, they know how to, be polite and respectful of fucking bathrooms, and they don't ruin them and somehow shit in an angle where it goes on the ceiling, okay? So I went to this bathroom, all right, and I knocked twice and then opened the door because it was unlocked. So I figured no one was in there, right? That's what you do when you're in a bathroom. You lock the door. And I open the door, and I see one of my teachers, she's like probably in her 40s, with her leg up on the sink, hugging and like making out with another one of my teachers. And I was like, what the fuck? And of course, they both immediately stopped and turned around and gave me that look of like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing in here? And my one teacher, the guy, he was like, what are you doing in here, I I'm like, I don't know. I came to use this bathroom. The other one gives me anxiety. And he's like, you can't be in here. This is the faculty bathroom. Like, get out right now. And I was like, okay, well, you should have locked the door. Do that next time. And he's like, do you want detention? I was like, what are you going to give me detention for? That I walked in on you guys fucking sucking face? And he's like, that's it. Get out of here right now. I was like, okay, you have a great day. And I turned around and I walked out. And I went to the really nasty bathroom and used that one. And I figured that was the end of it, right? But then I get an announcement. Like, I get a fucking announcement in my classroom saying, Austin to the principal's office. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, no. So I walk upstairs, the little walk of shame. Going to the principal's office. Sure enough, there's the one dude, the teacher, who was kissing the other teacher, and the principal. And I was like, what's up, guys? And she's like, have a seat, Austin. So I sit down, and my principal and my teacher are both just looking at me. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? And she's like, you do realize there's two bathrooms for a reason, right? There's a student bathroom, and then there's a faculty bathroom. We have multiple student bathrooms, and we have multiple faculty bathrooms. The faculty bathrooms are for the faculty to use. The student bathrooms are for students, like yourself. So why aren't you using the student bathrooms? And I was like, listen, if I had to guess what hell looked like, I would guess that it looks like our student bathrooms, because that shit really looks like the underworld. And she's like, Austin, don't start. Like, tone it down. The bathrooms are really not that bad. I think you can make do. Like, they're really not as bad as you say they are. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Like, that's all you had to say. I won't use the teacher bathrooms anymore. And she's like, all right, great. And throughout this whole thing, my teacher wasn't saying a single thing. Like, he was just sitting there in his chair with his hands crossed, nodding his head to what she was saying. So I look at him, and I was like, did you really need to tell the principal on me? Like, you really had to bring this up to be such a big deal? Like, I kind of understood not to come in there again the minute you said, get out of here. And he's like, well, Austin, I just really don't like your attitude. You were being super rude to me when you walked in on me, and you didn't even knock. And I was like, all right, first of all, that's a lie. I did knock. I knocked twice and then opened the door, and the door wasn't locked, so I thought no one was in it. And also, why are you making it sound like it was just you that I walked in on? And he makes this face of, like, fear. And I could tell that, like, he didn't tell the principal that he was in there with his fucking teacher girlfriend. So at this point, I'm like, okay, he wants to tell on me to the principal. I'm going to tell on him to the principal. So I looked at the principal. I was like, hey, do you not realize, like, what was actually going on when I walked in there? Did he not tell you? Because it wasn't just him. Did he say it was just him when I walked in on him? And she's like, what do you mean? And then I was like, well, when I walked into the teacher bathroom, I saw another teacher, and I said her name, with her leg up on the sink, arms wrapped around him, making out with him in the bathroom. And they told me to get out of there. And she's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, like, I walked into the bathroom, and they were making out, and they got mad at me. And she's like, is this true? And she said this to my teacher. And he's like, oh, no, we weren't making out. I was just in there helping her out. I was like, oh, yeah? You were helping your teacher girlfriend out by making out with her? And my principal was just like, okay, Austin, that's enough. Go back to class. I'll call you up here later. I was like, okay. So I went back to class, sat down, and just hung out in my classroom. And I was just thinking, like, what is going on up there? Because my principal looked completely, like, mad. Like, she did a complete 180. So my next class came along, and I got called back up to the office. So I went back up there. I sit down, and this time it's just me and her. And my principal's like, hey, Austin, so basically to close everything out, please don't be using the teacher bathrooms anymore. Like, no more of that. They're strictly for teachers, and just use the student ones. And as for you using them before, we're not going to punish you for any of that. Like, we know you didn't know. Just please use the student ones only from here on out. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So did you have a talk with my teacher? And she's like, yeah, I had a talk with him. That was really unprofessional of him. Like, that was super unprofessional. And I would have never known what they were doing in there if it wasn't for you telling me. So thank you very much, Austin. And yeah, I had a long talk with both of them. They completely understand not to do that anymore. And there were consequences implemented for both of them. So thank you once again for bringing that to my attention, because he made it sound like it was just him in that bathroom when you walked in. And I was like, oh, consequences? What kind? And she's like, it's really none of your business, Austin. Just please go back to class. And I was like, okay, have a good one. So I got up, walked out of there. Nothing happened. I didn't get like punished or detention or any of that shit. No suspending or anything. And I didn't think I would, because I was just using a bathroom. And anyway, the next day I was like, oh shit, like, did my teacher get suspended? Like, am I about to go into my class right now and he's not even going to be in there? Like, what the fuck? And I walked in and he was there. And he gave me the fucking most evil eyes. Like, I don't know what happened to them, my teachers, like what kind of punishment they had. They didn't get fired or like suspended, because they were both in that day, the next day. But they looked pissed at me. And from that time on, every single fucking grade on a quiz, homework, or anything I did for them would be a fucking fat D or lower. Like, straight up, they would just completely try to fail me at every single chance they would get. And maybe they weren't. Like, maybe I'm just really fucking stupid and I sucked at school. But they definitely seemed a little bit biased towards hating me. So I don't know. But I don't know what happened to them. I never really did find out. And they were really mean to me for the rest of the year. But I do know they never got suspended from their job or anything like that. Like, they got to keep their jobs and everything. But that is pretty unprofessional. Like, to sneak into a teacher's bathroom at a school you teach at with another teacher you're dating and make out, it's not that cool to do. Like, I think that'll piss off your boss a lot. So I wouldn't do that. If any teachers are watching this, I don't think I have any teacher fans, but if I do, hey, shout out to you. Like, inspire the youth. I don't fucking know. But guys, that's pretty much it for today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed this story. Leave your stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.